Hi everyone, I am Jacy from Craft Life and I'm here today to teach you how to make pop tab wreaths. You can make these into ornaments and they are also great decorations for the holidays. These are really easy and fun to make, and the supplies you'll need to make these are 26 clean pop tabs. And on each one you want to make sure that the circle on the back of it is taken off, and this is what they should look like. You will also need red and green yarn, and I'm using super bulky 6, but you can use any size yarn that you want. I just think that thicker yarn looks better. You will also need scissors and a ruler. And finally, you will need tape. So please get your supplies and we'll begin. To begin, we're going to get our yarn ready, and we're going to tie a knot for this bow. So you're going to measure your yarn out to 10 inches. Then you're going to pinch it and tie it into a knot. These are the strands you will use to make this bow. I just wanted to let you know that we have not cut any of our yarn yet, and your knot should still be attached to your balls of yarn. So now, starting at this knot, you're going to measure out 24 inches of yarn. Then we're going to cut it at 24 inches. Once your yarn is cut, we're going to tape the ends of our longer strands of yarn so that they can fit through the pop tabs. For each one, we're going to cut a small piece of tape. Then you're going to place it at the end. And I like to make mine kind of pointed, so I'm going to fold in each end like this. You want to make it as small as you can so it will fit through the pop tabs. And mine is starting to come apart, so I'm going to use another piece of tape. Now I'm going to do the same thing for my other side. Now that we have taped our ends, we can begin to make our wreath. Please get your 26 pop tabs ready, and for each pop tab you will notice that the top part is thicker than the bottom. There's a smooth side and a rough side on each of them. And also, you want to make sure that we keep the thick part at the top for our entire wreath. So we're going to begin with it on the smooth side. We're going to take our two ends. It doesn't matter which color goes on the top and which goes on the bottom. And we're just going to take them and go through both holes. And slide this all the way to the knot. You should have one strand of yarn in each hole. And now we're going to take our next pop tab, turn it so that the rough side is at the top. We're going to slide it under the other pop tab. Then we're going to take the strand on the top and go through the two pop tabs in the top hole. So I'm going through both of them and pull this up through. Now I'm going to take my green strand that is at the bottom and go through both of the pop tabs. Now they are connected, and this is the back and this is the front. We're going to take our next pop tab, turn it so that the smooth side is at the top. We're going to slide it over the last pop tab. I'm going to be doing this differently than I normally do, and I'm going to take my red strand and it is going to go in the bottom hole. And this will always happen. The red strand will go first and the green strand will go second. Since it's at the top, it is going to go to the bottom. So I'm sticking it through both pop tabs and pulling it through. Now, since the green goes second, it's going to go in the top two holes. So I'm going to place it through. Make sure you're going through both pop tabs and then pull it through. This is the front, and there should be an X, but make sure that your green strand is at the top. And this is the back. Now we're going to take our next one. It should have the rough side at the top. We're going to slide it under our last pop tab. Since the green is at the top now, we're going to bring it through the top two holes, go through both pop tabs. Take your red strand and go through both pop tabs in the bottom two holes. Pull this tight. Now take another pop tab with the smooth side up. we're going to place it over our last one and pinch it. You will notice the red is at the bottom and it has to go first again. So we're going to take it and put it through the top 2 holes. So it went from the bottom to the top, and now the green is at the top and it's going to go through the bottom 2 holes. Pull this tight. Now you should have 2 X's in the front of your pop tabs, and the green should always be on top of the red. Now we're going to take our next one with the rough side up, slide it under and pinch it. Now I'm going to take my red since it's at the top, and I'm going to slide it through the top 2 holes. Now I'm going to take my green and slide it up through the bottom 2 holes. Now I'm going to take my next one with the smooth side up, going to pinch it, and the red is on the top now, and since red always goes first, I'm going to take it and put it through the bottom 2 holes. Since the green is always on top of the red, it is going to go up through the top 2 holes. For the rest of your wreath, the back should be straight lines and the front should be X's. And remember that the green is always on top of the red. I'm going to continue to make my wreath with the rest of my pop tabs, and please do the same. I just finished going all the way down through my pop tabs, and now we're going to turn this into a wreath. So you're going to turn it into a circle like this, and we're going to move these strands out of the way for now, and it should fit together like this so that the bottom pop tab goes under the first pop tab. Once you have the bottom pop tab under the first pop tab like this, the red is going to go first again, and we're going to take it and go through the bottom 2 holes. Make sure you're going through the first pop tab and the last pop tab. And we're going to need to find the holes for the top one. So hold it in place, take the green, and go through the top 2 holes. Once again, make sure you're going through the first and last pop tab. Now you're going to turn this over and pull them tight. I'm going to tie mine 3 times, but you can tie them together as many times as you want. Now we're going to cut off our excess strands. I turn my pop tab over to the front, and I'm going to tie the green and red strands together into a bow. You can adjust them to as long and as big as you want them, and I'm going to cut them off. Now you can fix up your bow and you are finished. If you want to make a red bow on your wreath, you're going to cut a 12-inch piece of red yarn, and this is the wreath that I just made. So I'm going to take my bow apart, and I'm going to tie these 2 strands together twice so it doesn't come apart. And now I'm going to take my scissors and cut it as close as I can. Now I'm going to take my red piece of yarn. I'm going to wrap it around the knot and tie it in a knot. And I'm going to tie it so that the knot is at the top, not at the bottom here. I'm going to tie it one more time. Finally, I'm going to take the 2 ends and I'm going to tie them in a bow. Now you are finished, but if you want to make it into an ornament, you can use that green end that you cut off when you were making your wreath and make sure it is already taped. You can go through the top. Now you're going to take the 2 ends and tie them in a knot. Pull it very tight, and then you can cut off your ends. Now you are finished. This is what they look like when they're done, and these are a great way to recycle pop tabs, and they also make great gifts for your friends and family for the holidays. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you make some, I'd love to see them. My Instagram is CraftLifeUSA, so please tag me in a photo. And please don't forget to like us on Facebook, pin it on Pinterest, and subscribe right here on YouTube. I hope you're living a craft life just like me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!